Hey, hello everybody. CoKo here with another Let's Play. So you'll notice something is different this time, or a couple of different things. One is that my camera is on the side of the gameplay. That's different. I think this will be better for this particular game, which is Starship Titanic. And why am I doing that? I don't know. It might not turn into anything if nobody kind of shows interest. Maybe I won't continue it. But after doing a few streams of the new Civilization 7, I was just itching to do something different. And I was thinking of like going back to Hogwarts or like kind of adventure game-ish. And for whatever reason, this came to mind. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll show off some Starship Titanic. And why is my head not on the bottom, you say? You'll find out shortly. So, when you load up the game, it takes you right to here. So, I've played the game before. It's been a long time. I don't remember everything, but I played it in my youth, and since then at least once. And I kind of know, a bit about it. So we're dropped off. We start off in a living room. The interface and kind of core gameplay is very Myst-like. You move around a space by clicking through screens, and you get opportunities to interact with objects. So, pretty nice living room. Very nice, I should say. We got like an encyclopedia set, some other kind of collections, some artwork on the walls, pretty nice artwork too, some decorative plates. Not bad. It's a good little room. It's got a computer in it. I wonder what we're gonna play. Oh. This is the, so, because I'm playing it from a digital copy, this is the CD-ROM artwork for Starship Titanic when the game was released. So, for most players, this would immediately be recognizable as, hey, I just inserted that CD into my computer. So, in the game Starship Titanic, we're going to play the game Starship Titanic. Hey, it's loading up. Oh, something's off. Oh no. Kaboom. A big metallic vehicle from above. I wonder what this could be. 10 guesses.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Tidy as you go. Tidy as you go. I'd forgotten what I was going to say. Oh, yes. My name is Fintable. I am the doorbot serving on this, the maiden voyage of the Starship Titanic, the ship that cannot possibly, go wrong. Now, as you can see, the ship, this thing you see behind me, well, we've had a little accident. Don't worry, no harm done, just a little scratch to the paintwork, I think. Luckily, your house was quite soft. I realize this is a bit of an imposition, but we need you urgently. Will you help?
Sure.
Hello? Will you help?
Yes.
Hello? Oh, silly me. Oh, strange, deluded, benighted me. You'll need your personal electronic thing. We call it a pet. Here. Rather
Whoa.
complicated, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. All you need to do now is type in yes, meaning that you will help, and we can get going. That's Yes, Y-E-S.
But why?
An odd way to spell it, but that will do fine.
Oh.
You won't regret it. Well, maybe you will, but let's get you on board anyway. Anything else you want to say or ask, just type. Not now, not now. We've got to get you on board.
Okay.
Oh, look. A nice picture of the sky above your house. How nice. You should take that with you, you know.
Little tutorial about interacting with objects.
If you just slide it down into your pet, it will become part of your personal baggage. Good. The way this trip is going, it may be the last time you'll ever see that particular view. Come on.
So this isn't the first time I'm going to mention this, but I think this game deserves some kind of a remake. Not necessarily a remake identically of the game, but at least the concept.
It's our maiden voyage, you see, but the ship has, well, it's lost its mind, and so has most of its crew, including me. Though I do have my lucid moments. I only wish I knew if this was one of them.
Now that's a good line. And this game is full of them.
Things are going from bad to worse. I can't even find the buttons now. Can you help me? Top button. Terribly sorry. It's my cell point settings, you see. Well, I don't suppose you do see, but it is my cell point settings anyway.
See, you're very, very clever, very, very British humor, which was my jam.
Human being.
Still is.
Yes, well, of course, one's heard mixed reports. I just hope that you can sort out these problems, because none of us can. We're all robots, you see, and what's happened is that the ship's central intelligence has been lobotomized. Sabotaged, if you ask me, and it's left us all unable to function properly, and you may find that we're all a little doolally. I know that I am, so it's all going to be up to you. As soon as we reach the embarkation lobby, press the button on the plinth, and we'll be on our way. Then go and see Marcinta. She's the desk bot, and a bit of a dragon when her settings are wrong. She'll check you in. All I've managed to secure for you is a supergalactic traveler class room, but I'm sure you'll manage. You can always ask Marcinta for an upgrade, but be ready to duck. You'll meet Craig the Bellbot, who should take you to your room if he's functioning properly. Then once you've settled in and made yourself comfortable, you'll be able to get on with working out what's gone wrong and fixing it.
Okay, so that's our goal. Figure out what's going on with the Starship Titanic, which, shocker, crashed on its maiden voyage.
I think we're about to take off again, but I'm sure that nobody's in control. I'd better go down again to secure things, but I'll be back a bit later to help you if I can. I hope you understood most of that for
Nope.
all our sakes.
You did dump a lot on me.
Good luck. Don't forget to press the button.
So he dumped the overall goal with a little bit of context and the immediate steps. So see Marcinta, the desk concierge bot, whatever he called her. And then he mentioned like the Bellbot and some other things to kind of get you going. And then he's going to, take a break so we can get started with some of these things. But what's interesting is like the context. And the ship has gone wrong, and the employees of the ship, the crew of the ship, are AI, like computer-controlled robots, and that seems to be part of what's going wrong. And so the robots are acting funky. So it gives motivation for them to be like two things: one, for them to say odd things, which makes it amusing and fun. And I think the biggest charm that this game has is the comedy. Very Douglas Adams. He did write it, and I like that. But it also kind of gives some reasonable space for the communication to not be super smooth, because the technology for parsing natural language processing, a lot of the stuff they had to kind of do themselves for the purposes of making this game, and there's a lot of limitations to the way they could parse text and create realistic conversational interactions, and it's not great, but at least they have something to kind of like base that on of, the robots are funky, things are wrong with them, so you can't really expect them to totally understand or reply as you might expect a person with full cognitive abilities to do. So it's an interesting type of setup. I dig it. I don't know if, like, overall for the game, especially coming back now after so much time, viewing like a text-based system that's merged with this, like, graphical mist-style game. I think that was a more natural fit back in the early 90s, coming out of an era where text-based games, console application games, were much more commonplace. Here, it's a little awkward, and throughout the game, it's an awkward, and its involvement in puzzles is a bit inscrutable, and we'll talk about that later. But yeah, so the charm, like, he said 4, 5, 6 very funny things in his spiel. Just kind of like the undercutting himself, the elliptical writing, the sort of qualifying clauses of what he was saying. Is very, very good comedy. That, and then the design of the ship and the environment are the things that stand out. So he told us to, some of what he said gets printed as text, which is kind of nice, actually. And it looks like pretty much all of it is preserved. Yeah, so when he said type in yes as like the tutorial for the pet, I subverted him and said, but why? And the game kind of showed you exactly how it's dealing with this type of stuff of don't even bother trying to figure out what the player typed. Just make a joke about it. And, move the plot along. Don't need to get sidetracked. Alright, so he told me don't forget to press the button, but let's check out the room. There's even some notifications down here. And these are helpful for understanding how to interact with objects. So it's dark in here, and it said use of the succubus. These are the doors you're looking for. Move along. Star Wars reference there.
Not yet, not yet!
Of course, when it says don't ring it again, you gotta ring it again. She says not yet. So she's not ready to be interacted with. Oh. Well, there we go. The button for opening credits. Very nice. The lights are on. We got our opening credits. It's a really nice sequence. I think the design of the ship, Art Deco influence, early 20th century glam, that shines, and that cutscene with some really appropriate music and kind of nice concept to it is great. I wish this game had more of that type of stuff to let the players soak in the environment. But, the artwork is also good. So see this pattern on the wall. But definitely one of the reasons that I think a remake would be appropriate is a couple things. Like, one is the chat aspect could be done differently if we wanted to. But even if this was like a TV series where there's a mystery wrapped into this Titanic spaceship. So you got the doom, the eventual doom of the craft, coupled with the mystery, coupled with the interaction of these malfunctioning robot crew, and the backstory of some of this, which comes from a novel released at the same time as the game, written by Terry Jones, who voices a character or two in this game. There's a backstory of placing the blame in the failures of the ship at the feet of capitalism, and I think that would resonate these days too. So I'll talk about that more as we go along. How about now?
Welcome, guest number, 1, to the most glamorous galactic cruise ship experience in the whole of the space-time continuum, the Starship Titanic, the ship that cannot possibly go wrong. Ha! My name's Drubish. Marcinta Drubish. I am the desk bot. Do you have a reservation?
I like how she addresses the same thing, reinforcing the ship that can't go wrong thing. But she does it with her style of humor. And so he did that pause, that subversive pause of like the ship that can't possibly go wrong. And she just says it more directly. So it's good characterization. Well, I think he said he made a reservation for us, and he could only get, like, you know, third class or steerage or whatever he called it.
I very much doubt it. Name? Wrong. But I see that Fentable thinks we should take you on board anyway. Soft-hearted fool. I don't see that you're going to be of any help. As far as I'm concerned, you're just a freeloader. Ah, well.
Better get you checked in. What sort of breakfast would you like in the morning? Continental or the full porky?
When you call it the full porky, how can I say no?
Huh, good choice. Newspaper? The Baronton Bugle? The trumpet? Saxophone? Kazoo?
That's funny. Pun, bugle, trumpet, going with instruments. Harmonica.
Which? The Baronton Bugle, the trumpet, saxophone, kazoo.
They're actually checking that I did one of the ones requested. Okay. I guess we'll do kazoo.
Okay. How do you like your room? With a view?
A view of the stars.
Okay. Corner or balcony?
Let's do a balcony.
Good choice. Bed. Imperial? Royal? Presidential? Despotic?
I think royal.
King size? Queen size? Prince? Princess? Princess plus?
Well, I don't know if these necessarily map to the Earth ones, but let's do a queen size.
Good choice. Fish? Come on, only you know. Yes or no?
I was going for so long and thanks for all the fish. I've seen videos where there are some like Easter eggs you can dig up by giving the appropriate certain prompts. I'll try and do some of those. Alright, so yeah, actually, you know what? I don't trust the fish in space.
Well, you certainly won't like the room you've got then. You've been assigned to Supergalactic Traveler Class.
Elevator 1, floor 38, room 3.
And don't come whining to me for upgrades, because you won't get one. Craig!
That's funny. All that didn't matter. And you kind of knew while you were doing it.
Hi, I'm Craig. I'm your bellbot today. Hey, I see you're not carrying any luggage. That's great. I can take a little time off right away. And I see you're supergalactic traveler class, so I guess you can find your own way to your room. The door's over there. The elevator's round someplace. Relax, stay cool, enjoy.
Well, he was rather useless. And a bit rude. Well, we are supergalactic traveler class, so we don't get any of the niceties. So I don't know about the audio levels. I'm kind of worried that the game audio might be a little low, but I'll check it out, you know, after the stream and adjust for next time. So yeah, Marcinta hinted at kind of next steps for the player in puzzle solving. She said, don't even bother asking for an upgrade. And it's kind of like an RPG rule where, you know, when a character says don't do something, you should try and do it. So that'll be something we do. Now, I remember a lot of this game, but I don't know if I remember every puzzle and step along the way. And that's going to be crucial because one of the challenging bits about this game is that it can be a bit inscrutable at time and arbitrary. And so what that means for me is that, like, even though I kind of know the general progression of the story and what to do, I might not remember how to actually trigger these actions to occur. And I might struggle to figure them out again. It was kind of a flaw in the game, I would say, that like it wasn't exactly the best puzzle game. But you know, he made up for it with humor. Let's ask for that upgrade.
What is it this time? This is intolerable.
Intolerable. And I like that they had voice actors for these parts. It makes it come alive.
Haven't got time for that. Busy, busy, busy. Any problems with your room, bring them to me and I'll ignore them as soon as I can. Anything else, I can ignore straight away.
That's good. That's funny. So one of the Easter eggs I think I've seen is
Oh, you're really clever.
I think you could do other things along these lines. But the game is definitely programmed with some knowledge of Douglas Adams and his works. We'll see if we can come up with more.
Goodbye.
So she didn't seem totally interested in giving us an upgrade, so let's explore, see what else we do.
Bing bong. We regret to announce that the ship is hurtling out of control from hyperspace. Any passengers with insurance queries, please refer to your ticket vendor.
So it's a bit of like a dichotomy between, or like a contrast. They're doing these big announcements, but you're the only person on board. She said you're guest number 1.
I'm sleeping. What you got for me? I suck and I blow. Anything else, I don't know.
Like, you know, given his design, he sucks and he blows. He's like a pneumatic delivery system of goods. So okay, you transport stuff around the giant ship. Okay, fine, understandable. But why did he have to be a crude monkey-looking robot that's, you know, grumbly and rude. Brilliant. I guess not.
Stop fiddling with me.
Alright. I'll catch you later. There we go. So yeah, I mean, looks like a very classy ship. Type of place. And I think anyone would love to go. Let's take a quick look at this pet at the bottom. So there's the chat tab. Then there's our inventory with our picture. So this is like call buttons for summon elevator and Pellerator. So we'll see what those are. This Chiron thing with designer room numbers. So this first one here says our assigned room, SGT class, Super Galactic Traveler class, floor 38, elevator 1, room 3, and shift click edits. So I guess we can mess around with these things. And then the save load screen. We'll get back to that later. And audio options and whatnot. Oh, cool. Yeah, might want to muck with these. We haven't gotten to the parrot yet, but the parrot is quite annoying. Let's turn that down a little bit. Let's turn the speech volume slightly up. Even more slightly up. Alright, that should be a better balance, I think. So, our overall goal is to find out what was wrong. She won't give us a room upgrade, but we also haven't been to our room, and we haven't really explored the ship, so kind of two things we could do. Let's keep the chat window up, but elevator 1 is and floor 38. Yeah, like this looks awesome. We can't go there. Okay, so if you click passengers of your class are not permitted to enter this area, so even aboard this luxury spaceship cruise ship, there are class consciousness. There is class consciousness. So you can see the thing we looked at for our room on the wall as we did in the lobby. So very likely that's a room identifying symbol.
Oh, that's a bleeding maiden voyage! More like a bleeding disaster, if you ask me! Whoa, what do we hit now? What do we hit now? Oh, bang! Oh, there we go again! Hit something else now, have we? What do you expect if a ship's got no brain?
So, for those who are Monty Python fans would probably recognize the voice of Terry Jones, who collaborated on this game and wrote the...
The tonight's dining experience by Starlight with the captain has been cancelled.
Right, like who are you announcing that to? I'm the only one on board, and I know that I know that there's no dining with the captain happening. But yeah, voice of Terry Jones. Terry Jones worked on the game and wrote the companion novel, which gives some of the backstory to why things are the way they are.
Ouch! No! I said no! Excuse me! No prodding, please! I said no prodding, please! Oh, stop it! I'm standing on that! Leave it alone! You are an incredibly rude person! I'll beg you! I'll screech! I'll behave abominably! You think you've seen Abominable, but you haven't! You wait till I do Abominable. Squawk!
So it kind of gives you like a feeling of the parrot sketch in Monty Python on two ways. The dead parrot sketch. I mean, there's a parrot involved, but there's also that antagonism.
Pieces
that
of 11! Pieces of 11!
is the crux of that sketch in a lot of Monty Python sketches.
Look, I told you about that! That's my perch, and I'm standing on it! You're trying to deprive a poor parrot of his only means of support!
So yeah,
You picked on a fighting parrot, Buster! If I may call you Buster, you leave that alone! Leave it!
if I may
leave
call
it.
you Buster. Right, that mix, that British humor, that mix of like the two extremes of a polite nicety thrown into a very extreme threat. But yeah, you get the sense like the parrot's complaining about you trying to take the perch. So that's like a hint that you want to do that at some point. So some stuff is, at least you can kind of get a sense of what to do. But there are chains of actions in this game that really there's no basis for a player to like figure out. Yeah, I think in my opinion and the opinion of many who have played this before.
I feel rotten, I do.
Hey, so there's a send and receive tab where the elevator one is, and television controls. So I guess this tab is about like interacting with appliances in the area you're in. So let's do a receive.
There's nothing here. You must have sent it somewhere else.
Okay.
Put something in my tray and make sure it's a chicken.
Make sure it's a chicken. Keep that in mind. So the only thing we have is our picture. So we can load it into the tray. Where do we send it to?
Okay, here we go. Oh, I think that got lost. You'll have to see Mother.
Mother? Who's that?
Not here. Maybe I lost it.
Yeah. So our picture is gone, and he tells us to go see Mother. So, you know, we took 2 steps backwards, I guess, to take 1 step forward. Something about Mother.
Won't do you any good. Won't do me any good, which is more to the point. No chickens in there. No pistachio nuts either. What good's anything that is totally devoid of chicken or pistachio nuts?
So chickens and pistachio nuts. That's the parrot's obsession.
That's right. Now listen to me. You think you can just ignore me because I'm a parrot? Well, remember, whatever goes around comes back. I mean, goes around. I mean, goes about. I mean, what do I mean? On second thoughts, perhaps you were right to ignore me.
It's funny. So if we try and inspect this, the parrot gets in our way. So there's a couple hints there. The obsession with pistachios and chickens is a hint. And the fact that the parrot won't let us look at this was also a hint. So we might need to get the parrot out of here before we can take a look at that. Again, like, a lot of this stuff I know from having played the game and remember, but I'm trying to present it as if there's a rationale to how anyone new might put these pieces together. Because, credit where credit is due. There are a number of steps for the puzzles in this game where those breadcrumbs are given. And I like that they're, for that with the parrot, they're buried in the babbling. So you got to pay attention, and you got to try and figure out. Sorry, I tapped the mic. You got to try and figure out what is it like. What's relevant that they're saying in their nonsense, and what's what's not relevant. And there's a trial and error. You can ask questions with the typing thing, the chat system. So there's ways to make some progress to eliminate options, and we'll try out a lot of those. Alright, TV's turned to channel 1, and doesn't seem to be anything Channel 2. Channel 2 has environmental information. It's a summer temperature aboard the ship and medium level of pollen. Nice of them to keep the pollen. Alright, nothing available on Channel 3. Okay, so Channel 4 has a room locator, which is being shown either upside down or inverted. Or reflected, I was going to say. So I think it's got to be upside down, because these things are symmetric along the vertical line. So we would still see the high point up top. But if this is now pointing down, then it's got to be upside down. So maybe what we want to do, since this thing said shift click to edit, let's try and... Then again, there's nothing saying that this isn't both inverted, or both reflected and upside down. That could be tricky. But let's try and do it as if it's upside down. So the other question then is light blue versus dark blue, which means selection. So, you know, lighter color often means selection. It's not a guarantee that that's the case. But, you know, we gotta try something, right? And then adjust. So let's do the middle two. Next one up, nothing. Third one up. So here's the tricky bit of like which is what is left and what is right. So what might the perspective of the camera be is the other question. So there's like, you know, a wall here and then a wood wall and like another wood wall. It's kind of hard to tell exactly. There's a spotlight reflection or a light source up here. So maybe this is a camera that has fallen and is now like looking from below upside down. So if we were to like rotate this camera like 180 degrees, like put it back on a perch, on like a mount, then we'd have, let's see, we could imagine rotating the entire TV. Where my mouse cursor is now would be the top left, and this would be the bottom right. So let's go with that for now. So if this is the left side, then these three are there. And that's symmetric, so it doesn't matter. And then there and there. So what we seem to have saved is first class floor 7, elevator 2, room 3. Now, maybe we got that wrong, and maybe this side is left. So that says nowhere you'd likely want to go. So we probably got it right. And that room is what's depicted on the TV. So we'll go with that for now. I don't know what, you know, nice to solve a bit of puzzle when you can, but we don't know the context for this. Are we supposed to go there right now? Like, what's the point of it? So anyway, we did a little bit. Let's turn the channel again, see if there's anything else going on here. Channel 5. Floor 27. So, you know, don't know why the camera is showing floor 27. So you wouldn't, I guess, a new player having done the path I just did wouldn't recognize this as the floor indicator on the elevator. But it is, and that's not like particularly like cryptic thing. Once you go on the elevator once, you'll recognize this immediately.
All art classes have been canceled until further notice.
So, depicting floor 27 for some reason. Probably want to remember that. And it wrapped around after 7 channels, back to 1. Okay. We grabbed a perch, kind of like his perch, the parrot's perch.
You are entering parrot space. Tickets, please. Show your pass. Go away. Go away. You want to perch on something? Perch on yourself, Buster. Get off my perch. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Alright, not totally sure what to do with the perch. But we have it.
Cheery bar then, Buster. Missing you already? I don't think. Ha ha. Squall.
Yeah, it is really nice. I'd love to... The elevator shaft. So it looks like... From the outside during the intro cutscene, you know, we saw that the spaceship has like a cross shape where it's very long down the center, vertically, you know, oriented as we saw it, and how it landed, I guess, and probably, I guess, lands on other planets. And then across the middle, a long arm. So we're looking down the vertical cut, and looks like there's like floors going all the way down. So we must be like on the horizontal arm. Anyways, that's kind of a trippy animation, as is this one. So it kind of gives the appearance that you're like walking in like a 180-degree arc, like you're going upside down, but it's a spaceship, so I guess that's okay. It's you again.
You want suck? I suck. You want blow? I blow. You want intellectual disputation? I got a big belch.
That was always one of my favorite lines. I remember that from playing it as a kid. Okay, so we seem to have found ourselves in like a library or records room. Push button to disarm bomb. I mean, it's very tantalizing. 2 arrows pointing at it, and it's huge. Push button to disarm bomb. Yeah, the game very much wants me to press this. I didn't even know there was a bomb.
The Mega Scuttler is now armed and preparing to explode.
Uh-oh.
This will be a fairly big explosion, so please stand back about 22 miles. Countdown commencing now. 1,000.
It lied to me.
999. 998.
Oh no.
997.
It's the alphabet with a space.
96. 995. 994. I'd give up if I were you. You're never going to do it. Sorry, am I making you lose your concentration?
So, Monty Python fans will recognize John Cleese.
1,000.
So, multiple Monty Python members making an appearance in this game.
992.
Hey, 2 of them talking to each other.
991. 990. 900.
And the parrot is acknowledging the presence of the bomb.
988. 987. I don't like being touched. Thank you. Bothers me. Recommencing countdown. Now, 1,000.
Ah, well, at least he gets distracted.
999. No, don't do that. I don't like it. Recommencing countdown. Now.
So the glass looks like pre-shattered.
999.
So that's I guess a hint
998.
that now that the bomb is armed,
900.
that now we push the button to disarm it.
You are invading my
Or break the
personal
glass
space,
first.
and I would like you to stop it.
But we need the password.
1,000.
You know, we don't have it.
99. 998.
Nor could we guess it.
997. 996. 995. 994.
I don't like the look of this thing at all.
993.
Why is it counting all the time?
992. 991. 990.
Whoa.
989. 988. 987.
So it's kind of like a Minority Report looking thing in the center with like humanoid
84.
robot.
983. 982.
The bomb and the parrot are having a good time together.
81.
So yeah, I don't know what the deal is with this thing in the center. I mean, I do from playing the game before, but you know, as far as what a player might know for the first time, I don't think there's anything there.
77.
Do something about it.
976.
There's a whole universe.
975.
Chickens out there.
974.
So the parrot's freaking out about the bomb. Bomb's still
973.
counting down.
972.
Here we got a
971.
login screen.
970. 969. 968. 967.
Okay. So we need a username and password.
965. 964.
Unbelievably high voltage.
963.
Well, you know.
962.
You really shouldn't have opened the first inspection plate.
961.
This is not only fantastically dangerous, but you are voiding your warranty. Too bad. Don't say you weren't warned.
958. 957.
So one of the annoying things about activating the bomb is that this is continuous, I guess.
954.
We have like a
952.
breaker system here
51. 950.
with different colored fuses
948.
and a dial
47.
that is
946. 945.
two positions, so on or off, let's say.
944. 943.
So we recognize this thing like the succubus
941.
delivery system.
940.
Chicken, we've heard reference to chickens.
900.
Here we've got what looks like something without a
36.
breaker.
935. 934.
Tree.
933.
I don't know what the red one is.
932. 931.
Alright, so we'll leave it as is until like we
929.
have cause to mess with those.
928.
Let's get out of here.
927.
How do we get out of here? Back on this platform.
926.
Just let this bomb go off. Do something. Don't just sit there like a bufflehead. Stop it.
Getting into that room is a little disorienting, but that's part of the fun. But like in general, like in that room and in other parts of the game, navigation is annoying. Like it's, you get an appreciation for the Myst games in that they're point and click too, like the old school ones. But they do a good job of figuring out what nodes to give you that allow you to understand the geometry of the space, and also give you enough nodes to look at things of interest, where it's not like every stop along the way is absolutely gonna have a clue you need to know, but it's just enough to get you to like understand the space, look at things of importance, and then sometimes have that ambiguity about like whether or not something in front of you is a clue or not. And you need that because you don't want to be told everything you're looking at is absolutely a clue. You want to have those aha moments where you go, oh, that's what that was. And the Myst games are very good at this. This game, like the navigation, can be really wonky. Like stuff like this, like you can kind of logically figure it out, but it leaves much to be desired. So one of the things that'd be nice for a remake of this game is just the exploration of the ship and navigation. Like, I think in my Riven remake part 1 playthrough, I talked about kind of like what it feels like as a player for point and click in those games versus fully rendered in-game 3D. And those thoughts are there. But for the purpose of this game, I absolutely think of full 3D being able to go wherever you want would be an improvement over this game's point and click. Because they don't have the same care and thought to the nodes and everything that the Myst games do. So you're better off just navigating the space on your own. It's not a particularly large space either, so it's not a burden. But some of the environmental stuff is nice, like, you know, this chill music, audio effects, looking down. A little repetitive, and some of the transitions are jarring. But again, stuff that could be improved. Nothing to see here, honestly. Okay, so that looks like elevators. You are standing outside elevator 4. Naturally, before we go down, we want to do the whole horizontal. So another vantage point down. And we get another look here on kind of what looked like on like the bow of the ship. Yeah, geometric design. Very ornate. Really nice. This area is off limits to passengers, so we can't go down this side as well. Kind of looked like the other side, though the pillars didn't have flames on. Or don't have flames on. Passengers of our class are not allowed to go there. So, some nice kind of classic like puzzle or adventure game gatekeeping, where, you know, the story motivates like a directed path. So, you know, we were given third class, so we can't access some of this stuff, which by consequence means that like we don't get too confused and overwhelmed as a player. And there's some logic to the temporary limitation, which is nice. I think nowadays players are more comfortable given like a cool world to just go explore. But, you know, I think having some linearity in a story is a good thing. Keep people invested, show them what they need to see when they need to see it, with some level of, you know, buffer around it. But they don't need to go explore a giant ship without knowing what to do. Okay, so we were headed towards our room, which requires elevator 1. This is elevator 1, and we are on floor 38.
good day to you, Sir Madam Orthing, and a great deal better than some of the days we've been having recently. Indeed, my old trouble has quite cleared up, so that it will be a pleasure to attend to your vertical transportation requirements.
Vertical transportation requirements. Liftbot. How are you?
Funny you should say that, but it takes me back to, the Battle of Binge Jubbly. You might have heard me mention that. Carnage it was. Carnage and suffering and anguish. Carnage, suffering and anguish. Sometimes you got carnage, other times you got anguish. Other times you got suffering. Sometimes you got a mixture. Carnage and suffering. Carnage and anguish. Anguish and suffering. Anguish and carnage. Anguish, suffering and carnage. You gonna get the picture? Best years of my life.
Genius. Like, that whole spiel was genius. The repetition, the depiction of something so horrible, and then ending with best years of my life. That's great. So the Liftbot is like an elevator operator who's like a war veteran. What a choice. So, you know, if you're on a classy ship, as if this were a classy hotel, so this might be a more commoner who's got war experience, so he's bringing character to your stay at this luxury hotel spaceship. So that's like kind of where this is coming from. Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff. Like in a remake, with voice actors continuing to do it, you could really embellish these characters, give them a lot to do, and make it really entertaining. Now, it works in the game because Douglas Adams wrote, I think, all of the text, the dialogue in the game. So he didn't write the novel the game was based on because he was busy focusing on the game. Like, he chose conscientiously that he wanted to do a game for this story. So it's not like he wrote a backstory to the Starship Titanic, which is mentioned in one of the Hitchhiker's books. I think The Universe and Everything, as like a passing line, right? Which in and of itself is a understandable joke, right? Like, you got the Titanic of Earth and its story, and you got a space version of it. Great. So he didn't write like the book, which is the backstory, and then a game got made. The idea was, let's flesh out the story of the Starship Titanic in the form of a game, and that was his priority. And so, like, all of his, you know, comedic sensibility, you know, mixed with like these sci-fi philosophical musings, are in full force in this game, and put in the hands of these very colorful characters that got, you know, good voice acting to go along with it, and that's a treat. Like that, it's just so much fun to experience, and I think you could spend hours just typing stuff and seeing what they say.
Where to, or what is it then?
So it's a little inconsistent, and I think that's part of the frustration is, you know, you want to get more out of them, and you don't know what will trigger what, and it's a little bit random. But, you know, have some patience and just type random stuff.
Over there, sir.
Yeah. They don't have an infinite variety in what they can say because it's voice acting. It's not text-to-speech generation, which is a great choice. It would have been awful if that's what it sounded like. Even today, I don't think it would be a good choice to do text-to-speech generation. You know, you can hear it in like YouTube videos and advertisements and whatnot where that's used. You want something, you know, more organic sounding. So because of that, you have to have a bucket of phrases that are just like, don't know what you're talking about, don't have context for it, you know, say something that's like a non sequitur to kind of reset the conversation. And then there's backstory that they have, and then there's game like progress stuff. There's enough of it to keep it interesting, which is very, very admirable how deep they were able to go, especially given space limitations of games in back in the day. Now, working with CD-ROM, you had a little bit more space than earlier games, but still. So, he's a lift bot, and we're going to floor 38.
Floor 38. Roger.
So, that's a command he understands. This would be a personal thrill of mine to go on like a elevator like this. The Atlanta Marriott type of, elevator with a glass and a view.
No problem.
So, floor 38. We saw floor 37 in the TV, so that means something. And like the soundscape is totally different here on floor 38. Very carnival-y. So we flipped the switch and chicken came flying out and the succubus said, "Aw, chicken." Now we can't get another one. So, looks like the parrot is not the only thing that likes chicken. The succubus is also interested. Oh, so these are sauce dispensers for the chicken. So this is our meal for SGT class. Flick a switch, get a chicken, cover it in sauce, there you go. That's your food. You hear the sauces, the menu. Chicken a la sauce tomate, a la sauce moutarde, a la sauce bird. Don't know if I want to know what that is, but chicken covered in bird sauce, bird covered in bird sauce.
Nice to make your acquaintance.
Yeah, why do you have to say that?
Not here. Maybe I lost it.
Where's the chicken?
Oh, I think that got lost. You'll have to see Mother.
Okay.
Stop fiddling with me.
So this wall seems to have doors to the rooms. Where does this go? Mona Lisa? You change your smile, you change the music. So you're on a glorious starship hurtling through space, gonna see amazing sights and all that. And what, you're gonna sit here and look at this Mona Lisa and listen to music? For emergency long stick, smash glass. Alright, so we can't get that, but it kind of tells us, you know, what we might want to do. When we have something that can smash things, get this stick. And I'm sure it'll be useful for something. Alright, let's check out these rooms. So current location is floor 38, elevator 1, room 6. We were assigned elevator 1, room 3. So this isn't our room. This is 6. So, this is the last one on the first row of them. You can see doors going up too. So if we're 3, then we might be the one here. This is what I mean, like navigation can be really tricky.
Congratulations! You may have already won an upgrade. Please turn to Channel 3 for details.
Okay. So we've made progress on our mini quest to get an upgrade, a room upgrade. Well, we have made progress, but we have a next step given to us. And our pet opened to the appliance tab. So I love this on like a very Art Deco ship. You got the class system, and you got the third class passengers crammed into these cubes. These, you know, very modern cubes. Everything's different and devoid of all the luxury of the rest of the ship. So, fully recumbent relaxation device, bed, comfort workstation, toilet, storage compartment, TV, couch, okay. Oh, there's more. Okay, so that's inflate the bed. Personal maintenance hub. Horizontal work surface. So we want to get to the TV, but the TV won't come out of its cubby. So if we work from bottom to top, we might be able to get the TV to come out. Ah, a sink. Very nice. So let's see if we can get this recumbent. Or what's this thing here? Oh, a little desk. Hey, I mean, to go on a starship, a spaceship, could be, might not necessarily mind staying in here, as long as I'd have access to some decent areas of the ship. Then again, though, I mean, what's the speed that this thing is traveling at? Like, space is a lot of nothing. Alright, where's the toilet? We haven't been able to get that yet. Alright, let's see if we can inflate this thing. Very nice. Alright, so we got in bed. That's the only way we can watch TV. Alright, turn to channel 3, she said, for our upgrade.
Super Galactic Traveler, this could be your lucky day. Yes, you may already have won an upgrade to second class and a whole new world of luxury. You may collect your complimentary in-flight magazine from the succubus in your SGT lobby. If the coupon on page 2 has lucky number 35279 on it, then you are just one step away from a travel experience most bipeds can only dream about. Take the magazine to the embarkation lobby and our helpful desk staff will delight in upgrading you.
Yeah, I love the sort of the contrast between something that's like promotional and, you know, for your benefit, with like the arbitrary, confusing nature of it, right? Get this magazine, check for this random number on page, 2, and then maybe you've won something to improve like your situation. It's a good kind of encapsulation of like the absurdity of these types of systems. Okay. I want to go back in the room though. I want to play with this stuff, so let's put the bed away. Oh, the TV is in the way. Let's try that again. Okay, now it can collapse, so now it can close. It's a little trial and error and confusing. Aha, so you put the bed away to go to the toilet. Put the bed couch away to go to the toilet. And there's the sink somewhere over here. Get rid of these things for some more space. So we saw those, and of course we got the flowers. Alright, that's a good way to leave it. Toilet at the ready, and some flowers. Alright, let's talk to the succubus, see if we can get this magazine.
You've got mail.
Let's receive it. Woohoo! Aha. It is indeed a magazine. Thank you. Okay, then.
Get out of it.
Alright, so with that magazine, we might be able to get an upgrade. So there's no way of like kind of opening it and looking at it, but we get the magazine. That's the important part. So we could go to first class, floor 7, elevator 2, room 3. See what that's all about. We could also check floor 37.
Bomb ticking away nicely as it's up.
Yes, it is.
Thought so.
How do I defuse it?
You what? You what? You what?
You what? You what?
Floor, here is your floor, sir.
Okay. Alright, we're able to get another chicken, but Succubus took it. So, something I can immediately piece together is, in the controls, there was a switch for with the Succubus icon. So, if we got a problem with the Succubus stealing our chicken, maybe we could turn the Succubus off and then get a chicken.
I'm sleeping.
Looks like exactly the same as our floor, so don't quite know what's so special about floor 37 yet.
Must say, sir, that old bomb's quite well liked below decks. Call me sentimental, but it's almost a pity to see it explode. Lost me there, sir.
So let's try floor 40.
Whoops, me settings.
Floor 50.
Hello, there's me settings gone.
Floor 39.
Bottom of the well. Here is your floor, sir.
Bottom of the well. Thank you. Ah. So, I'm guessing these are all... Whoa. That looks like the lift bot's head. So we found that. So these look like the 4 elevators at the bottom converge here. So another open area of the ship at the bottom of the long vertical stuff. How do we get out of here? So it doesn't even let us kind of go over here. Or we can go that one. Which elevator is this? Elevator 3. That's the one we took down here. And we can go up one of the other elevators.
No point in talking to that. It'll only gobble you. All it's interested in doing is sucking or blowing. Try talking to it about Byzantine numismatics and see what you get.
So, 2 out of the 4 elevators come down here. Elevator 1 and elevator 3. The other 2 we are not allowed to access.
Whoops, me settings. Top of what would that be, sir?
Top of the well. Top of the morning. Oh, I can't type while this animation's happening. But yeah, if we were at the bottom of the well, let's go to the top of the well.
I don't think well, sir. From here you can walk to your requested destination.
Well, thank you. I don't think I could ever get tired of that elevator sequence. So we're on the other side than we came in because this thing is the Pellerator. Passengers of our class are not. Okay, so it's another transportation system.
Kindly enjoy the view, please.
This is where we are right now, and we can't go to any of these other places yet.
Goodbye.
Alright, let's go ask for an upgrade. We got the side with the fires lit, so this should be the lobby.
Yes, may I help you? Did you get the lucky number? Show me your magazine. Oh, I do wish they wouldn't do this. It's very bad for passenger discipline. Oh, very well, let me see. I've assigned you to a second-class stateroom, room 3, floor 27, which you will reach by elevator 1. Don't get drunk in the bar, don't annoy the musicians, don't fiddle with the pellarator, don't touch the artwork, and if you go up to the promenade deck, don't scuff the woodwork. There you are, and it's better than you deserve.
She hates you. So we got an upgraded pet. It's all silvery and cool. That's nice. New assigned room.
I wouldn't know where to begin. How do you think? What? You ask about things like that when there's a bomb about to go off?
So I think that's one of the just a randomly selected response to a question, and I just so happened to ask about the bomb.
Where?
Yeah, where?
Behind you?
So it's hard to figure out things that'll get good answers. Okay, so we got a new room, but you know, in classic game style, she said a whole bunch of things that we're not supposed to do. That
Have
clear.
you managed to disarm that bomb yet?
I have not.
No. Well, you've got me there. Afraid I can't remember. Not that it will do any good, of course.
So you can summon the bots, but I don't recall doing so. I don't know why I showed up.
I'm afraid some of the linguistic complexities of your dear little planet are beyond me. Is that right?
So yeah, there's these like 3 level indicators here on the left, and it's not totally clear what
Just call if I can be of further
they
service.
signify just yet. But yeah, so she had mentioned like all these things that we shouldn't do as a hint, like don't mess with the pellarator. So now we have access to that. Don't you know, do things in this room and that room. So all sorts of stuff to try. More of the ship is now accessible to us, along with a new room. So that'll yield to more discoveries and more puzzles and more you know, fun to be had. So I think what I'll do is I'll save my progress and call it a stream here, and then, you know, try and continue, assuming people are enjoying it. Okay, did that actually save anything? Okay, I think so, because I can load it. So that's good. Alright, so thanks everyone for joining or watching later on YouTube. And I'll see you next time.